All right, on this video, our daily vlog with Richie's Chicken and Soul, we're going to talk a little bit about our social media strategy and what we've been doing over the last several years. We've been on social media since we opened the restaurant a little bit over 8 years ago, but over the past year and 3 months, we've really invested a lot of time and energy into growing our social media brand. So over the past year and a half, almost a year and 3 months, we've grown our TikTok follower account from 10,000 followers to a little bit over 36,000 followers. Our Facebook account has grown significantly. I think around 7,000 followers about a year and 3 months ago to over 160,000 followers. And also on Instagram, we were below 3,000 followers, and now we're on track for around 11,000 followers. So we're not the biggest account out there, but we have shown steady growth, and so we want to take a little bit behind the scenes on what we've done to get that growth and kind of a little bit about us. So prior to the pandemic, we were working with a company called Social High Rise, and they helped us just be consistent on social media. So we were doing like 3 to 4 Instagram posts a week and Facebook posts. Nothing really. It was really the bare minimum. It was just making sure that we had a presence online. The big change came for us during the pandemic. When they initially had those restaurant lockdowns, we had a lot of time on our hands. And so we jumped on TikTok with the advice of Gary Vee, and we were just posting tons of videos every day. A lot of it was just to have fun with the team. And from that point, we actually grew our TikTok account from 0 followers to 10,000 followers in about 3 months. After that 3-month period, things got super hectic at the store. As you know, my wife and I, we run the restaurant. We are operators. We're owner operators. So when things got busier and we had to manage, COVID protocols and shortages of supplies, food supplies and food costs and labor shortages. And so once the real world, everyday running of the business started to become more difficult, we weren't posting on TikTok as much from that point. One of our biggest regrets, because I really think that if we had continued to post as consistently we had done from that point in time, who knows where we would be follower count, because we were growing pretty exponentially at that time. So fast forward to now. Fast forward to May of last year, we went to a conference in New York sponsored by Gary Vee, and pretty transformational. And from that point on, we've really sunk significant time and other resources into building our social media presence and being super duper active. And I have 3 pointers I'd like to give you that I think has helped contribute to our success. Number 1 is consistency. Number 2 is having a good team. And 3 is authenticity. So we'll talk about each one of those things. So number 1 is consistency. For us, it's being able to post every single day. That is so crucial to building your social media platform. You don't necessarily know what's going to hit or what's not going to hit or what's going to go viral, but posting consistently allows you to develop a routine and to also see what works and what doesn't work. So that's my number 1 rule of advice. Post every day, post often. And as business owners, that's the most difficult part, because when things happen, the real the nuts and bolts of running a business, someone calls off, a piece of equipment breaks, just all the random things that can happen with a business. When that happens, the last thing you're thinking about is, I need to make a TikTok, or I need to make a reel, or I need to post something on Instagram. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about the day-to-day. And so that consistency is super hard. And so my kind of 2 keys for that is you have to make it a priority, number 1. And 2, what's really helped us is having what I said our second, key was having a team. So one of the big changes that we made back in June of last year is we hired someone to help us with our social media, and that's Dakota. He does a lot of the editing for these vlogs and for our viral vertical content. He's been awesome. He's actually not in Cincinnati. He's a road warrior. He's all over. And it's been a really cool relationship. We were able to meet him at the Gary Vee conference last year. So he's one crucial component of our team. And then also a part of our team is we have Hope, who's actually one of our managers. She posts with Canva very frequently every day and does a lot of our just picture videos that you'll see online. And we had a high school intern that worked for us for about 1.5 years. His name is Braden, and right now he's at the Ohio State University, but he worked with us for about 1.5 years, and he did a little bit of everything, kind of a jack of all trades. And over this past summer, we also have my nephew, Amari, and he does a ton of social media, basketball, and Christian-related content. And also check out his page here. And he has a really nice camera and helped do a lot of the videoing of vlogs, and also was editing one of our series called Will It Fry. So having a team is super duper helpful if you can do it. It just helps be consistent, and it makes you as the business owner or operator, you're not having to make all those posts every single day. You have someone else that can make sure that you're being consistent. Let's jump back into what it means to have a team. So super important. Number one, having a team is fun, just because you're not the only one making these videos, and you have someone else to participate, and they help you keep you super consistent. And that's pretty much the big thing about having a team. Now, where do you find these team members? Couple of suggestions. Number one, your local high school. Here in Cincinnati, Ohio, we're in the Coleraine area, and we reached out to the local vocational school, and they actually have a videography course. So we put ourselves in contact with them, and we just have made connections throughout the community. So high schools are a wonderful resource. The kids love social media, and it's a great experience for them. So definitely mind that. Number two, if you have a younger cousin, sibling that is, you want somebody that's organized, so you don't just grab any kid that you find that's on social media. But if you've got a younger cousin, sibling, or someone who has social media interests and that's a self-starter, that's another good place to look. And then thirdly, if you have a team already, so for us, we have a restaurant. So we will talk with our different team members, and some have expressed interest in terms of being in videos, and so we've capitalized on that. Our manager, Hope, before she was a manager, she expressed some interest, and she's been working on our team for over 1 year now. So that's another area. We've also talked to a lot of our team members and say, well, one might not be in the videos all the time, but we'll participate some of the time. So that's 3 great areas to kind of mind for different team members. And then I would say the last really thing to focus on in growing your brand is authenticity. And what I mean by that is be your authentic self. You will watch tons of videos of different people showing how they do videos, and you may have the urge to kind of imitate their style or their aesthetic or their voice, but it's very important to be yourself. 2 big reasons. Number one, it's easy to be yourself, so you can be consistent. That's kind of the number one thing. It's easy to just put out content. You don't have to think as much about it because you're being your authentic self. And 2, you want the actual experience that people have to reflect what they're seeing online. So if you have one image online and they come into your restaurant or whatever you're doing, and it's not consistent, that can be jarring for the customer. Like, okay, what's going on here? And it's just off-putting. So number 3, be authentic. And those are our 3 advices, kind of 3 main points on how to grow your social media. Hopefully it's helpful for you guys. If you guys want more content on specific strategies or software we use, definitely let us know. We can go more into depth on that. But consistency is key. We've had a couple viral videos. Our intern, he actually had a video that hit well over 15 million views. So, one video completely paid for our, internship. He's done an amazing job, and we've had other videos that hit well over 1 million, and it's generated a lot of buzz for our restaurant. So we definitely recommend having a social media strategy, being consistent, building a team, and being authentic. All right, thanks for listening. Peace.